Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 8 on the topic of power amplifier. Power amplifier. See, today we will discuss about the designing of a class B push-pull amplifier. Plus one numerical also will discuss class how to design class AB push-pull amplifier. See, the up to the 7th lecture we have discussed the how to increase the efficiency of an amplifier. You know, the resistive couple amplifier has a efficiency 25%, then transformer couple amplifier is efficiency is 50%, then class A push-pull amplifier is also has a efficiency 50%. We have seen the designing of a transformer couple amplifier. Then after we have seen about to increase the efficiency, we have discussed about the class B mode of operation. In a class B amplifier, we have seen the efficiency of the amplifier is 78.5%. But crossover distortion may produce. To overcome the crossover distortion, we have seen class AB amplifier. So, today I am discussing the designing of a class B push-pull amplifier. See, this is your circuit they have given. This circuit they have given. Okay. In question is mentioned. If you want to design this amplifier to deliver how much power? 200 milliwatt power. 200 milliwatt power. Now let us see the data. Here I am not showing you this. Data they have given. Design a circuit for class B amplifier to deliver here, to deliver 200 milliwatt output power at 4 ohm load. At 4 ohm load. The value of the PT for this transistor is 165 milliwatt. They have given. Remember, the HIE they have given for this transistor is 0.1 kilo ohm. HAP is 100. They have given the data like this. They have given value of RE is 10 ohm. This is they have given 10 ohm. The RE they have given it is 10 ohm. Okay. The source resistance they have given 500 ohm. Here the resistance of this source is 500 ohm they have given. Now specify impedance of input transformer and output transformer, also value of R1 and R2. These are the questions. Specify the impedance of this primary and secondary of output and input transformer. They have given value of maximum voltage can bear by the transistor is 25 volt. Now let us start how to design this circuit. Let PL dash is the AC power deliver to primary of output transformer. They have given efficiency of this transformer is 70%. Efficiency of this transformer is how much percent? 70%. So look here, what's the meaning of this? Whatever power is developed here at primary, from that 70% is transferred to the PL. The efficiency of the transformer, efficiency of transformer TO is 70%. It means 70% of PL dash is transferred to PL. 70% of the PL dash transferred to PL means whatever power is dissipated here, from this 70% is converted into the AC power at the secondary, remaining 30% is wastage. Now, so I can write from this 0.70 PL dash is equal to 200. From this I can get PL dash is 200 upon 0.7. This is nothing but the nearly about. I can write PL dash is 285 milliwatt. VC maximum they have given 25 volt. From this you can decide the value of power supply. How much value of the power supply you have to use? What should be the voltage of the power supply? We know this equation. VC should be less or equal to VC max by 2. From this I can decide my supply voltage should be less or equal to 12.5 volt. Means you can take 10 volt, you can take 12 volt, but I will take let take VCC is equal to 9 volt. Now you may have questions why you are taking 9 volt. In market 9 volt battery is available, so you can easily carry your power supply, 9 volt power supply. Okay. Now, so we have get the value of PL dash, we have get the value of VCC. Now let us see that whether your transistor is operated in a safe region or not. So you please remember one formula. The power dissipation, average value of the power dissipation per transistor for a class B operation is given by 0.2 PL dash. Is given by how much? 0.2 PL dash. Average value of maximum dissipation occur in a transistor over a full cycle is given by 0.2 PL dash. So 0.2 multiplied by 285, nearly about 0.57 milliwatt. So this is less than your PT. Your PT is 165 I have written. So your this is less than 165 milliwatt. It means transistor operate in a safe region. Transistor operate in a safe region. So this equation I have not taken during the theory. This equation you have to remember. PD maximum average dissipation average in a per transistor is given by 0.2 PL dash. This should be less than your PT, means PT you know that maximum average power dissipation capability of a given transistor, and it is provided by the manufacturer. Now let us see the selection of output transformer. TO, how you are selecting output transformer. So for that I am discussing. You know RL dash is given by VCC square by 2 PL dash. VCC I would decided to take 9 volt. So 81 upon 2 PL dash is nothing but the 285 into 10 raised to minus 3. From this, if you calculate the value of RL dash, it is coming here to the 142 ohm. Now let us talk about primary impedance of the primary of the output transformer. You know this. So impedance of the primary of the output transformer, this impedance. Impedance of the primary of the output transformer depends upon the resistance between the two collector of the transistors, or you can say this primary impedance is determined on the basis of RCC, and you already know that we have derived RCC is nothing but 4RL dash, you know. So let us calculate the primary impedance. So I can write the primary impedance is determined on the basis of resistance between the collector of the both the transistor, and the relation between RCC and RL dash is given by 4RL dash, you know this. So RCC I can write 4 into 142, this is nothing but the 568 ohm. Generally in a market it is 600 ohm transformer is available. So I am writing 600 ohm, not necessary you should write. So I can write the impedance of the primary of output transformer should be of the order of 600 ohm. I will select the output transformer. So I am doing like this. Now secondary impedance. You know that for maximum power transfer theorems, according to the maximum power transfer theorems, the impedance of the secondary should be of the order of load RL. Impedance of the secondary should be of the order of load RL. So I can write, according to maximum power transfer theorems, impedance of secondary of TO should be of the order of RL. So it should be order of 4 ohm. So my TO should be 600 impedance ratio to 4 ohm. Now what is the rating, power rating? Remember power rating, this power, look here. How much power is occur here? 285 milliwatt. So this should bear at least 285 milliwatt, because PLS will how much? 285 milliwatt. So here minimum this capacity to handle the power should be how much? 285 milliwatt. So power rating should be more than the PL dash. So remember, so more than the PL dash means what I am writing? 0.3 watt. So power rating of TO should be greater or is equal to PL dash, should be greater than 285 milliwatt. So should be greater than 0.285 watt. That's why I am writing 0.3 watt. I am giving slightly more. Don't think I want to give the 1 watt too. You can give the 1 watt, you can give the 3 watt, but unnecessary cost of the circuit will increase. So I am writing 0.3 watt. So this is your complete designing of the output transformer. Impedance ratio is 600:4 and rating is 0.3 watt. This is the impedance ratio. This is called impedance ratio. So impedance ratio of TO is 600 is to 4 ohm and power rating is 0.3 watt. Now let us calculate your collector current. The peak value of the collector current, peak value of IC is ICP, I can write VCC by RLS. It is 9 volt upon 140. So ICP is equal to 63 milliampere. Is that it? Now DC component of this peak value of the current can be calculated by this equation. You know, it is Im by P. You study this. So it is 63 upon 3.14. So I can write DC value of the current is 20 milliampere. Now we'll talk about how to calculate R1R. Look here, how to calculate R1R. See here, this is your VB, this is your VB, here is your jumper. Actually this is jumper here. Okay. Voltage across R1 between this point and this point is C, VR. I can write voltage across R1. I can write VB. Here you cannot see. Let me write here. This voltage across R1 between these 2 points, VR1. I can write VB plus ICRE. Between these 2 points, between this and this point, voltage is the voltage across R1, VB voltage plus ICRE. I will show you like this. Look here, this is your transistor. This is your ammeter resistors. This is R1. So between these 2 points, there is your R1 is there. I am neglecting this. So I can write voltage across R1 is VB plus IRE. Instead of IE, I am writing ICRE. So between these 2 points, your voltage is this. So I am writing VR1 is equal to VB plus ICRE. What is VR1? VCC into R1 upon R1 plus R2. It is like this. This is R1. So this voltage is VR1. This voltage is VCC. So I can say like this. What is VR1? VR1 is what? VCC into R1 upon R1 plus R2. So VB plus ICRE. This is 9 volt. R1 plus R2. For class B this is 0. For class B operation, for class B VBE is 0, you know. So I can write here is 0 volt. So if it is class AB, so for class AB I should write what? 0.5. IC I have taken 20 milliampere. I have not taken, I have there. It is calculated. R is 10 ohm. This value is how much? 10 ohm. So this is, you will get 0.2. So 9 upon 0.2 R1 is equal to R1 plus R2. From this you can calculate R2 is equal to 44 R1. If R1 is 100 ohm, then R2 will be your 440 ohm. So your answer is, to calculate R1 R2 is like this. This is a calculation. How to calculate the R1 R2? So VR1 is nothing but the VB. So what I did actually, look here what I did. I find the peak value of the current by keeping VCC by RLS. Then I find from this peak value I find the DC value of the current. This is AC component, this is a DC component. So DC component. The DC current multiplied by resistors ICI. That is the voltage across RE, means here. Between these 2 points. Between these 2 points, look here. Between these 2 points, which point? This 0.2 voltage plus VB is equal to voltage across R1. So that I did. Look here. Then VR1 is very simple equation. From this you can find this value. Now let us go for the input transformer. Now for selection of input transformer. Now the input resistance of transistor for unbypass emitter resistor is given by this equation. The input resistance of the transistor amplifier for unbypass emitter resistor is given by this equation. So this is 0.1 kilo ohm. This is your 100, this is your 10, so 110 ohm, so it is your 1.1 kilo ohm. Now look, the secondary impedance of the input transformer can be determined by the resistance between the base of the two transistors. The secondary impedance of the TI depends upon the resistance between the base of Q1 and Q2, and already you know that this resistance between RBB is 4RI, as we did this. So resistance between the, you can say, between the two base is given by 4 into I. So it is 4 into 1.1 kilo ohm. Therefore I can write impedance of secondary of TI is nothing but the 4 RBB. So it is nothing but the RBB. So it is nothing but the 4 RI. It is nothing but the 4.4 kilo ohm. Now primary impedance of primary of TI should be order of the RS according to the maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power, according to maximum power transfer theorem, the impedance of the primary of the TI should be of the order of the source resistance, and source resistance they have given, you can check 500 ohm. Source resistance they have given how much? 500 ohm. Look here. So this impedance should be of the order of 500 ohm. This impedance should be of the order of 4.4 kilo ohm. It should be of the order of 500 ohm. Therefore, impedance ratio of TI should be 500 ohm is to 440 ohm. I am not mentioning its power rating because it is very less is required. Signal is very weak. So in this way you can design your complete class B push pull amplifier. TI we have got, R1 R2 I got, TO I got. So in this way you can design. Now let us do same numerical. Let us do the same numerical. See, I am doing this same circuit. But I am instead of here writing class B, I am writing class AB. Then what will be the change? Let us see what will be the change. Okay. So let us discuss the another numerical. It is for class AB. See the same circuit, and they are asking you design class AB, push pull amplifier to deliver here 200 milliwatt power at 4 ohm load. They have given this is 70% efficiency output transformer. Your transistor HIE is 0.1 kilo ohm, HFE 100, RS 600 ohm, VC max is 25 volt, PT of transistor is 165 milliwatt. Now let us start the things. Answer. You know this is 70%. So here is PL dash. So 70% of PL dash should be equal to PL. It is 200 milliwatt. So PL dash should be 285 milliwatt. Very simple. Same thing I am doing, only one is change only. Now, you know that VC max is 25 volt. So VCC should be less than VC max by 2. So I am taking VCC 9 volt. Now second. PD max average per transistor is slightly more than 0.2 PL dash, slightly more than this, not more than that. So 57 milliwatt less than PD. So transistor is safe. Now, transistor is safe, it is operated in a safe region. Now, for input transfer. RL dash VCC by VCC square by 2 PL dash 9 into 9 upon 2 into 285 into 10 raised to minus 3, it is 142 ohm. You know everything, this is the same revision. So RCC is 4 RL dash, it is 568 ohms, it is nearly about 600. Therefore, primary impedance of output transformer should be 600 ohm. Secondary impedance. So you know, secondary impedance of TO should be of the order of RL, 4 ohm. So your answer is primary to secondary impedance ratio, and it should be greater than PL dash. So this is your output transfer, this is for output transformer TO. Now, what is VR1? VBE plus ICRE. Now IC I have to calculate. Already you know that ICP VCC by RL dash 9 upon 142, 63 milliampere. DC value of the current, DC component is current, IC peak upon pi. So you can get this is nearly about 20 milliampere, and data is same data here. R is what? 10 ohm. R is 10 ohm. So I can write for class B, for class AB, we are talking about for class B, VB is 0. But they are asking you for class AB. So I am writing 0.5 volt for silicon transistor, already you know this. So it is 0.5 plus this is 20 into 10 raised to minus 3 multiply by 10. So nearly about 0.7. So VR1 already we have written VCC into R1 upon R1 plus R2. So it is 0.7. So VCC you know. VCC is nothing but the 9 volt, 9 upon 0.7 into R1 is R1 plus R2. So I can write 12.85 R1 is equal to R1 plus R2. So from this you can write R2 is equal to 11.85 R1. If R1 is equal to 100 ohm, then R2 is equal to 1185 ohm. In this way you can select R1 and R2. Now we are talking for a input transformer TI. See what the case, look here. They have written here design this. Design this means you have to find this value. You have to find this value. What is the impedance ratio? What the impedance ratio for TO? This is for TI. What the value of VCC? Your VCC you decided 9 volt. So this is called designing. Now let us calculate RI. RI you know, for a unbypassed, this is the equation. This is your 0.1 kilo ohm. This is 100 into 10. Here 1.1 kilo ohm. You know secondary impedance is RBB. 4i, therefore impedance of secondary of input transformer 4 into Ri, 4.4 kilo. Primary impedance of Ti should be equal to Rs. So I can write it is 500 ohm. Therefore, for Ti impedance ratio is equal to 500 is to 4400 ohm. So R1 R2 is calculated, Ti is calculated. This your TO is done. So you completed your designing of a class AB. So here what is the, nothing is in same circuit. You selected value of R1 R2 in such a way that VB voltage you are getting 0.5 volt. That is for class AB. If you take in a previous problem, so in this problem you selected the value of what is the difference? R1 R2 are different. You select a value of R1 R2 such that VB is 0.5. So this circuit work in a class AB mode. Now in a previous circuit you selected the value of R1 R2 such that you are getting VB voltage how much? 0. So this is the difference. Here the you selected the VB voltage such that the R1 R2 you have taken like this. So VB voltage is nothing but you are getting how much? 0 volt. So it is class B. Same circuit you can do for the class AB. Only you have to select the different value of the R1 R2. You have to select such that the VB should be 0.5. This VB should be is nothing but the here VB is nothing but you have got this VB. This VB you should get nothing but the how much? 0.5. The second numerical we have done. Now let us do one more numerical. This is the numerical of a transfer couple amplifier. You have to check whether your transfer couple amplifier is stable against the thermal runaway or not. So that I am doing this numerical. See the data now. Check the transfer couple amplifier with the given data is stable against the thermal runaway or not. Value of RC means resistance of the DC resistance of the primary of transformer, leakage current IO, junction to ambient thermal resistance they have given, VCC 20 volt, ICQ 0.4 ampere, R is this as. Let us check this. So to check this condition should be satisfied. You know that whether it should be, if you want to say the circuit is stable only when this condition should be satisfied. This is your 20 minus 2 into 0.4. This is 10 plus 5. This is S is 10.07. I0 is how much? I0 is nothing but the 3 milliampere, should be less than 1 upon theta. From this you can find theta should be less than 59.5 degree. Means this value should be less than this. So condition is satisfied. So, but theta JA is 10 degrees centigrade per watt. Therefore, it is stable against thermal runaway. Therefore, it is stable against the thermal. You can calculate this value is, you can calculate from this theta you can find. Now, second question. What is the maximum value of S that could be tolerated before thermal runaway would be a problem? So, what should be the maximum value of S? Means what should be the stability factor S you should keep maximum. So, there is no problem of thermal runaway. So, here you have to, if the theta is this much, how much? 60. See, I am writing the equation, you get some idea. VCC minus 2ICQ into RC plus RE, this is S 0.07, I0 should be less than 1. Now put the theta here, theta should be 59.5. Then what should be the value of S? How much S? So I can calculate by this way. I am keeping this is your 12 minus 2 into 0.4. This is your 10 plus 5. This is S I have to find. This is a 0.07. This is your 3 milliampere. This should be less than 1 upon 59.5. If you calculate this value, S you will get 6.6. So maximum value of S should be nothing but the 6.6. You can keep stability factor S is 6.6. If you give your theta is what? 60, then your maximum value of S should be this. S cannot be more than this. If S is stability factor S is more than this, then thermal runaway problem will occur. If the S is less than this, thermal runaway will not occur according to this question. So it could be, what should be the value of the tolerated? This value of the tolerator. I think you understand this problem. Look here what I did. You know this condition should be satisfied. So by putting all the value, your theta should be less than this value. Your theta should be less, whatever theta is given here, it should be less than this value. So it is less. So it is thermal runaway will not occur. Second, for a given this value of S, what should be the maximum value of S? So maximum value of S is this one, not more than this. So I think you understand. Listen now, this numerical I am giving you for the true and false question on a Moodle platform. On a Moodle platform, you have to specify the impedance ratio of TO and impedance ratio of TL. Impedance ratio of TL first, this, and second value of R1 and R2. This you have to specify on a Moodle platform. I'll put only two numerical as a true and false, okay, and I'll give you more than 20 minutes to solve that numerical, and you have to post your answer on that and verify that whether it is your true or not. So I am putting here two numerical. This is one numerical I am putting. Second numerical I am putting. This is numerical number second that I am putting for the your true and false quiz. Generally I am putting a true and false quiz. So I will put this numerical on a Moodle platform. I will give you nearly about 20 minutes to solve both the numerical. So please refer that numerical, all the numerical, then solve this, and then after solving the numerical, you post your answer on the Moodle platform. I think you get the clarity of this designing of class A and class B push pull amplifier. One more numerical I am putting for the practice. This is a conversion efficiency. Try to solve this numerical. If it is not possible, then I'll keep a solution on Moodle for a lecture on a lecture number 9. Okay, here is the end of your lecture.